Welcome to the I almost said welcome to the podcast. That doesn't make any sense. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to episode, I don't know. Welcome back to NASCAR Heat 5. Whatever it is, welcome back to NASCAR Heat 5. It's been a while, which is why I'm here, because it has been quite a while. It's been like 2 weeks or so. Quick little PSA, public service announcement before I begin. Ohio Man will be absent for about 2 weeks. He unfortunately has he has unfortunately been comms banned on Xbox, which means that he will not be able to take part, in parties, which are pretty essential for videos, at least my videos. So because of that, he will be absent for the next 2 weeks. We will not have any. That means there will be no episodes of the podcast, no other multiplayer videos with him included. So, if you were hoping for that, unfortunately, that is not going to be happening. There's nothing I can really do about it. But, regardless, though, let's get right on into it while we are waiting here. So we're at 20 races out of 33. This is going to be the last video I make on the regular season. So we're going to do race 20 all the way through race 26 at Richmond. And then I'll make one all-out episode going through all of the playoffs. So the Cup Series will be starting in only 2 episodes. So get ready for that. I will probably be recording and uploading the playoff video probably pretty soon. It'll probably be a video right after the next video I make, just because I want to hurry up and get to the Cup Series at this point. But throughout all this fluff that I've already made 4 episodes on, all these races that I made 4 episodes on, we've now finally gotten to, I believe this is the second Iowa race of the season. Yeah, it's the second Iowa race of the season. U.S. Cellular 250. I am 4th in points. Justin Allgaier rounds out the top 5, but ahead of me are Ross Chastain, Chase Briscoe, and Austin Cindric. Justin Allgaier, actually, despite having 5th, does not have a win. So, if my assumptions are correct, he should be starting towards the bottom of the playoff standings once points are reset, although he'll probably be ahead of Michael and Ned, assuming neither of them get any wins by the end of this season, and maybe Anthony Alfredo. I'm not quite sure how far out they go. Regardless, though, we're going to get started here. 10-lap race at Iowa. So, kind of sucks. There's been no NASCAR lately. Not only has it been 2 weeks since the last time I recorded a NASCAR video, but it's also been 2 weeks since the last NASCAR race. Which the next one is probably not going to be, I think maybe next week. I don't think it's going to be this week. Well, it's definitely not going to be this week. The next one's going to be on the 8th. So I think it'll be next weekend. I assume it's because of the Olympics. Regardless, I'm still a little bit upset about it. Fortunately, the NRA is... Not the NRA. The NHRA. Sorry. The NHRA has kind of picked up the slack a bit and given us some drag racing to watch. Which I'm pretty happy about. For now, though, this is the closest we're going to get to some actual NASCAR. So, let's begin qualifying here at Iowa. So, hopefully all my settings are still in order. I don't know what they were the last time I played this game, or if they are not what they're not supposed to be, because they're not what they're not normally. Let's bring that mic a little bit closer, just so I don't have to worry about not being louder than the car. I did wake up maybe 30 minutes ago. So I'm still a little bit groggy, but clearly enough to make a video, because it's not like I have to make it first thing in the morning. I just felt like making a video, because I figured it was about time I actually recorded another NASCAR Heat video. It's been, like I said, it's been quite a while. It's been quite a lot of videos in between. If I were recording this a little bit more often, I would have already been at the Cup Series, probably at part 2 at this point, but whatever. 9th. Wow. Well, that's pretty good. I normally don't place this high up. Brandon Brown's a little bit of an interesting thing. Jeremy Clements is a little bit higher than normal, but other than that, everybody in the top 10 seems to be about par for the course. So we're going to be starting 8th, which for a goal of 10th is a great place to start, because that basically means that we're right where we need to be. So, Iowa Speedway. Chase Briscoe is well prepared for this race. Apparently he's doing pretty well. Tommy Joe Martin has crashed during qualifying. That's unfortunate. And Justin Allgaier had an engine change, so that's why I'm starting in 8th instead of 9th. It looks like Justin Allgaier's having a pretty rough day.
We're going green. Ready.
Although starting in 8th also means that I'm starting on the outside, which is not great, but we'll make do with what we got. Figure out what button it. Oh, that was the button. I was gonna say, figure out what button it is to go in first person. And continue racing. Ooh, shit. Okay, just gonna push him way out there. Or way up there. Alright, so there's not much real news to talk about in the NASCAR world since the last video I've uploaded. A lot of shit's happened in the baseball world, but I have a striking feeling that I don't think anybody watching this is probably going to care. But it's definitely an interesting concept. What the fuck am I talking about? Sorry. I don't know what that... Sometimes I just say words just to say words, but then I realize I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I am quite literally just saying words to continue a conversation that's not actually happening. So, regardless, like I said, there's really no NASCAR news to talk about. Not much I can recall has happened in the last 2 weeks since the Olympics started. And I don't really give a damn enough about the Olympics to be bothering watching that. The only one I really care about is the Winter Olympics, and that's just because, well, it has hockey. So we're kind of getting stuck behind Chase Briscoe today. I swear to God, I'm always stuck behind that fucking blue 22. Maybe it would have been a great idea to have picked that car so I wouldn't have had to worry about it. But, oh well. Just gonna keep trucking along, stick to my guns, and see if I can pull off a pass on Briscoe. Otherwise, we're just gonna be kind of doing the same thing all day. I mean, I'm feeling good about these turns. Shit, Briscoe actually just passed Cindric. So, Cindric, I guess, had a bad turn there because he was pretty decently far ahead. Oh, shit, we might actually be able to pass Austin Cindric here. It looks like Chase Briscoe is kind of the one who's been told he was supposed to win the race today. Yep, looks like we haven't quite completed the pass, but got most of the way around him.
All clear. Inside.
Oh. Well, we almost completed the pass, but he dove right around me to go right on past. We're gonna... Whoa! Cindric spun a bit. Brandon Jones pretty quickly took his place. I guess he took advantage of that. Not sure what happened there, because I don't think I spun him. It seems like I just maybe took the air out from under him. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Regardless, I'm not gonna let some stupid fucking Yoda beat me if I can help it, so I'm gonna try and fucking fight his ass off.
Still there.
Austin Cindric really having a rough day. 2 laps to go. Chase Briscoe's definitely going to be the one to win the race. But if I can help it, I'm going to try and keep Brandon Jones away from giving Toyota anything better than 3rd. Oh, he's trying to take me inside. I might kind of boot him out of the way, though. Well, not really. He's going to run into me. But... Alright, white flag here at Iowa. Chase Briscoe, as you can see by the little flame thing on next to his name, he is pretty much the sole winner of this race. But, like I said, we're still getting 2nd, which is pretty good and bodes pretty well for my playoff standings. So, I'm pretty happy about that. I believe in the last episode we had a pretty big string of shit finishes. So I'm pretty happy to see this one get, improve a little bit. Whoa. I think that 22 car got bounced all the way back to like 5th. So that was not his race. It wasn't quite my race. But it was not my race. Oh look, it finally says 9. You really take it this long to say 9 instead of whatever, the 99? Just a fake number. Oh, it's probably still going to display the fake number in the playoff standings once I take a look at it here anyway, but at least it's trying. 2 viewers, welcome to the stream, everybody. So, yeah, like I said, unfortunately, there's really nothing to talk about here. It's been pretty slow. NHRA has been pretty nice, though. Some of my guys have been doing pretty well. Pretty happy about that, but nothing really of note other than, hey, I'm enjoying it. I missed the race at Denver. I've watched the race at Sonoma and Auto Club, but I did miss the race at Bandimere, which is kind of unfortunate. Alright, race number 21. The Henry 180 at Road America. I'm excited about this one. For one, it's got Henry repeating arms on it, which nothing quite better than a nice gun. Which I saw Henry at Walmart the other day. It was in a pretty fucking strange caliber. I don't remember what it was, because there was 2 guns that had pretty fucking strange calibers, but it was a sharp looking gun. So yeah, no, it still displays 99 on there. That's nice. So, but this is Road America. This is a road course that isn't a roval. And I generally like to say that I do pretty well at the races at road courses. Oh, well, actually, it looks like there is a bit of information, as I kind of expected. Ross Chastain will be driving the 2nd Trackhouse car, along with Daniel Suarez. Which, like I said, I kind of expected that. I expected Kurt Busch would probably be out of the ride. Even though Kurt Busch has been doing pretty well for himself, he's old. And he hasn't been doing as well as, well, mostly his brother, really. But, you know, because Chastain's the younger guy, he's a more secure ride. He's probably going to ask for a little bit less money, too, to be honest. So, like I said, kind of what I expected. But hopefully, Kurt Busch will still be in it. It seems like he's still got a little bit of fight in him. So hopefully he'll keep it going for a little bit longer. Maybe pick up another good ride and see himself to another win. But, you know, whatever. Alright, let's get this race started. Sorry, I had to say something to a friend. Alright. So, this is going to be the slowest pre-qualifying lap of all time. Oops. For some reason I just don't know what buttons are when I'm not, or when I'm trying to do multiple things at once. Alright. Road America is a pretty long track, but we're just gonna truck along, do this qualifying lap. I believe it's only gonna be like 2 laps, like a 2-lap race maybe, just because of how, because the laps are, 2 minutes long. Oh, a little bit of oversteer there from the acceleration coming out of that turn. That's all right because, well, it's not even a qualifying lap yet, so it literally does not matter how well I do. This is more just kind of remembering how the fuck this track goes, because like I said, I'm a little bit rusty. I haven't played in a while. I haven't driven a road course in probably even longer, but generally I don't have to perform that well. It's just for some reason the AI just don't do quite as well. So a little bit far on that, but I pretty much took that exactly how one would want to. Barely touching that little outside thing. Oh shit. Apparently I can't do 2 things at once, one of which doesn't even have to be... I was taking off my boots, which didn't even have to be done with my hands. So there's no reason that I couldn't have just, performed perfectly fine at both tasks. Alright, well, regardless. Alright, and we are coming up on the qualifying lap after fucking, 2 minutes of wandering about the track.
Alright, coming to the green.
Let's see what where we're gonna place for this race, and let's see if we can do a little bit better than average. Gotta brake a little bit more than that, I guess. All of a sudden, I'm taking this track very poorly. But we're coming up on the bad turn here soon, so... And I braked way too early for it. So, that's nice. Alright, I braked way too early for that too. That worked fine. And now that I have a straightaway, I itch my nose. Nice, a little bit of cut quarter, but hey. Road America doesn't really tend to complain, so... If they're alright with it, I'm alright with it. Alright. Pass by that little Henry sign, give it a good look. A little bit wide there, but that's alright. Very pretty track, I will say. Road America does look very good. Got a lot of trees, which I'm quite a fan of. A lot of tracks tend to be pretty, well, they look like this, where, there's shit in the distance, but for the most part, it's just, well, it's a track, but there are a few areas they make look nice. Alright, well, the goal is, I think I can get, way early, way early. 6th. I was a little bit quicker than my goal. I was a few seconds quicker than the goal, but only put me a few cars ahead. So, we still got a little bit of climbing to do. Hopefully we can get a victory, though. Put ourselves a little bit higher up in the standings. Just a little bit, okay, so we're doing very good, which, sucks after the, 2 minutes, 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 2 min after he was put at the back last race. Although our pole winner is once again Chase Briscoe. Well, I don't know if he won it last time, but
Coming to the green.
Chase Briscoe is going to be starting, you know, but going to probably be the man to beat once again. I always forget that it's right there.
Still there.
Yeah, maybe road courses need third person.
All clear.
And we have already bolted to the front of the pack. Although I have to try and make sure that it doesn't make me go a little bit, you know, sloppy. Still need to perform well, as I immediately way understeer on the turn. Past that Sargento truck. Getting ready for the bad turn. Alright, seems that worked just fine. So, we're probably going to have 2 laps of pretty stable leading. I can't, you know, I don't want to try, I want to try and avoid, you know, messing it up at least. But I have a little bit of room for mistake here. Henry 180th Road America. Which is not the right accent for that. It was pretty cool when Kevin Harvick ran, I believe it was this race, and he ran a Henry scheme. I love to see drivers running schemes with firearm manufacturers, but Henry's a cool one to see. Especially because I'm a sucker for lever actions, although I'm more of a Marlin guy myself, but I am a sucker for lever actions. So. And I don't think anything else would really be able to sponsor them, because just about everything else probably has an AR-15, or just not as much brand recognition, because Henry is pretty well known.
White flag is in the air.
Alright. Final lap here at Road America. Which means a lot on other tracks. Not so much here. A little bit less than I really needed to shift there. And just about every car came onto the final straightaway at this point. I'm going into a different turn entirely. Didn't downshift there, so we went up very wide. That's my eye. Everything needs to be itched when you can't do it. Actually, I can pause. That I can do. Nice. Good time. Once again, we're going to way undercut that turn. I really don't have to do as much as I think I do for that turn, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to take that turn again today. I'm still patiently awaiting what car I'm going to be put in for the Oops, get out of the grass. There you go. Attaboy. I'm still patiently awaiting what car it's going to be revealed that I'm going to be sitting in. Why does it always do that? Just let me look back. I still can't do it. But there is a car dangerously close, so I need to step my game the fuck up. To avoid letting him take a spot from me. Because I fucked up. So now we're going to be coming into the final turn here. And at this point we're on the straightaway, so unless Chase Briscoe has an absurdly fast car, the results of this race are all but sealed. And it would look to be that way. I am your winner at Road America at the Henry 180. Let's get that burn out. started. It's what you like to see. Is what you like to see. Alright, well. Glad I won here. I'm sure whatever trophy they provide in this race would be pretty nice. I'm sure they provide you with a nice, Henry lever action. Of course, they're not going to show it in this game. I don't think Xfinity actually has any notable trophies. But, actually, I guess I probably should look at. What do they win in this game? Not actually sure. Or not in this game, in this race. Specifically the Xfinity one. So, that puts us at 4 wins on the season, although I think we were still in 3rd. Oh, shit, in the point standings, so it doesn't look like we've really climbed at all in that category, but regardless, we have still got our 4th win. Alright. So, we completed that incentive contract. Voted cleanest driver in NASCAR Xfinity Series. That's what I'd like to see. Send back compliment, 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 compliment. There we go, off the bottom. Bam. We got momentum! That's what I wanted to see! So momentum is something very important in this game, especially with the settings as I have them configured. Here at this 22nd race of the season, 3 top 10s, although I might increase that later. Oh, Watkins Glen? Oh boy. This is going to be a good race. This is going to be a good race. Tell you what. Oh, sorry, that's a pretty good logo, might add. But, obviously, we're going to another road course, so this is going to be pretty easy. But, as some of you might have seen with the Truck Series, momentum matters a lot. If you get momentum, that's going to bring a 10th place finish up to 2nd. And that's going to bring 2nd place finishes up to a commanding 1st. So this is definitely going to be something that's going to work, that's going to help me out greatly here in the latter end of the season. And hopefully we can keep that all the way into the playoffs. And that's going to give us a much better chance of winning more races in the playoffs. And especially getting that final win, or at least final race at Phoenix, which is a track that usually I'm not very good at. In fact, I don't think I've won it at any race that it has appeared in thus far in this career mode. So it's definitely going to be pretty important to keep that going into Phoenix. But that's for a different day. So, let's begin qualifying here at Watkins Glen. It's going to be a lot quicker than it was at Road America. In fact, I'm pretty much almost exactly a minute quicker. But now that we've got this momentum, I think we are going to... I'm predicting that we're going to take a commanding 1st place lead, and we're going to be holding it for the entire race. Okay, well, not if I do that. Definitely not if I do that. So, it's going to be kind of a boring race, I presume, but it's going to be great for my, it's just going to be great for my season. Because it would not hurt to be put in 1st in the playoff standings and just, you know, try and get the best we can, just try and milk this season for all it's worth. Regardless, though, I don't know why I'm checking behind me. It's not like there's any cars. fucking, this isn't even the actual qualifying lap anyway. I should probably downshift every once in a while. That would probably help me. Alright.
Alright, coming to the green.
Qualifying here at the Glen. Ooh, I do not know where the turn was. So, took that turn a little poorly, but that's okay. We're just gonna... You know, we're just gonna keep on keeping on. Alright. Make our way through that turn. 2 turns to go. It's hard to tell where I'm gonna place until I'm, or how I'm gonna perform on this lap until I'm right up to that wall. So let's see how much of a difference momentum makes at a track that I'm already pretty good at. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Not too much ahead. Not too much ahead of where I wanted to be. We're in 5th, so like 1 place better than I started at Road America. First place is a Toyota, so we're going to have to work our ass off to make sure that the Toyota does not win this race. Other than that, everything's pretty much average. Hopefully Harrison Burton will, I don't know, get like booted to the back of the race. Maybe failed pre-race inspection or something. You know. Looks like he did not. Anthony Alfredo is having a great weekend and making me pretty hungry for some nice Alfredo. Jeffrey Earnhardt, unfortunately, starts at the back, and Matt Mills had an engine change, so he is moving to the back. All right.
All right, you're coming to the green. Almost ready. Reach out, let's go.
Let's get started. We're at Road America. Road America. This is not Road America. I don't know why I said that. It's still Watkins Glen. This is a different track. All right. Well, that fucking stupid ass Supra has been passed. Now we gotta work on this guy. Ooh, up here. I'm gonna go in first person. We're gonna relax in first person for a bit. Need him the hell out of my way. Excuse me. I'll be squeezing right in there. Excuse me. Alright, well, that didn't go very well. I didn't pass him. Alright, but...
All clear.
Ooh, there we go. That's a completed pass right there. Alright, so we're gonna be... Still not smooth sailing though. We've still got to hold them off, and I'm not really feeling very confident in this camera perspective for some reason. We're gonna go back out into third person. Maybe that's just the way I race road courses. All right. Oh, I don't have to do that. Now I have to do that. Alright, well, he's a decent bit far back at this point, so I just have to avoid fucking up, and I'll be okay. How hard can that be? I don't have to shift into second, it's only third for that turn. It is only third for that turn, otherwise I'm going to be not doing too hot, and that's not what we want. Alright. Took that turn pretty nicely. Into this turn, I don't think I really do have I don't have to downshift for speed, but I do have to downshift for better cornering, but I do have to downshift just because. All right. come around that turn. Doing pretty well. Second place is decent back, so at this point we just gotta keep going pretty smoothly. And we'll see our 5th win of the season. Would not mind that at all. So that's what we want to see. But first we have to get there. Can't win a race if you don't win the race. So, you know, kinda gotta win. Come around that turn. We are almost done here at the Glen. One corner to go. Boom. Alright, well, that is the race at Watkins Glen. I'm going to be your winner for the 5th time this season. We're going to get a speed rating of 97. That's pretty good. Let's get them flames a burn out. Ooh. That's not good. That's not good. Alright, well, Harrison Burton dropped all the way to 5th, so God's doing his job up there, willing that Toyota from 1st to 5th. So, still in 3rd, despite having 5 wins. It seems those other drivers have just been much more consistent. So, those wins aren't going to be quite making as much of a difference if they're placing, you know, right behind me. Although, they actually didn't do quite as well this race. Alright, well, now we move on to race number 24. Nope, 23. Here in just a moment. I apologize for all this fucking yawning. I've just been, well, I guess I'm not really tired. I guess it's just my body's like, you woke up too damn early, boy. Which I woke up when I was supposed to. I woke up when my body woke me up. I don't know what to tell it, fucking pussy. Alright. Well. Send over some compliments. Carry on. Alright. We now move on to race number 23. And none other than Dover. Not a huge fan of Dover. I'm going to be completely honest here. Nothing's really going to change there. How many races do we have left? So we have Dover, Daytona, Darlington, and Richmond. None of those races I'm particularly excited for. But we did get Watkins Glen and Road America. So not much I can really complain about there. But with this momentum, we could see ourselves doing a lot better. Have we done any of these races so far? Dover, Daytona, Darlington, and Richmond. Dover, Daytona, Darlington, Richmond. Dover, we have done, which we placed 17th. So momentum might be able to bring me into a top 10, but I don't see it doing much more than that. Like I said, we're looking for Darlington, Daytona. The first race of the season, we placed 9th. So we might be able to do something a little bit better here, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright. So, this race is kind of a toss-up. Like I said, I placed 17th at my last run at Dover, which is not the best run a person can have. In fact, that's actually probably the worst run I've had all season, which is part of the reason why I don't really like Dover. However, we have momentum. So as long as I keep it off the wall, I think we are in competition for a pretty good race. But that remains to be seen. So let's get started here at Dover. Skip practice, go straight to qualifying, where we are going to do pretty well. Alright, let's begin. So, let's kind of see here if I can keep it off the wall. That's a big struggle for me at Dover, especially with that assists. You really gotta, the walls just come up on you really quick. It's really easy to end up going pretty wide coming out of this turn. And you'll generally end up running into that wall, especially the turn 4 wall. Although I've had big issues with turn 2 wall as well. Obviously, I've had issues with both walls. So, qualifying lap, 21st. Holy shit! That is a terrible lap time. And our goal was only 24,681. Our goal was not that far away from us, but we placed 11 behind it, even though we were less than a second away. So, in spite of this momentum, it's not looking very good. Brandon Jones is your pole winner. Uh-oh, I've got some work to do. Austin Cindric is starting at the back, which is not going to be faring very well for him doing any better. And Riley Herbst gave up qualifying position for new tires. So, got a lot of room between us and the next and first place, but we're just going to let it ride and pray to God that that momentum can bring me up at least into the top 10, hopefully into a top 5, and well, potentially even the 6th win of the season. Nothing we can do other than find out, so let's just, race hard, make no mistakes, and see how far we can climb. Our momentum was really good off of that restart, but we're starting to lose it a little bit after the first turn. It seems my speed is not in the turns, and if I don't dive down, I'm going to get stuck sandwiched between 2 cars at Dover, which is not what I want. Alright, we've made it into 10th, so we've already gained 11 spots. That guy's going to cruise under me. He's not quite going to clear me before the turn. No, we don't. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. There I go. Oh, damn. Okay, we're not letting that stand. It's only a few laps in. We can live without that one. That's kind of what happens, though, when if I can speak, that's just kind of unfortunately what happens when somebody gets on the inside. I always end up floundering my lead because I can't seem to handle a car being anywhere near me. Because, I don't know, I was pretty slow into that turn. Car dove under me. I tried to dive back to the bottom to avoid another car getting under me, and it didn't quite work quite the way I had intended. I'm going to go back into third person because I'm not doing too hot. Maybe I'll do hood view. If I can actually stop at it, Jesus. There we go. Let's do hood view for a moment. Just trying to figure out what, some cameras work better for different tracks. And it seems Dover needs a bit of a wider angle. Well, the field's starting to spread out a bit, which does not bode well for my potential of gaining. The 5 cars, the top 5 is a little bit spread out. Well, we seem to be gaining decently quick. Now that I'm a little bit clear of other cars, that's seeming to help me quite a bit. see what we can do here. Halfway, 4 to go. Guard my spot. Seems I was starting to lack there. Okay, he's going to dive under me. He's just got a fucking fast race car, I guess. So do I. Oh, careful. Oh, fuck.
Looking inside now. Car outside. Hold your line. Hold your line.
That's not good. We're already halfway, so it seems we're just going to have another pretty piss-poor race here at Dover, who would have guessed. Hopefully I can gain a couple spots, but there really is not much room to gain at this point. I'd at least like to... Oh, fuck, I'm sandwiched. That's not good. I hope that this doesn't make me lose my momentum. I hope that, like, one race doesn't lose it, because at that point, I'm not going to get it, but there's not enough time for it. Holy shit! Alright, well, white flag here at Dover. I'm performing like absolute dog shit. Can't keep my fucking car off of anything that'll spin me the fuck out. I'm starting to get a little pissed off. There's no reason this race should have been this fucking bad. Well, coming out of turn 4. 19th, so worse than my last fucking race, and I had momentum. I probably should have restarted. Frankly, I'm a little bit pissed off I didn't. It's not going to help my point standings. It's probably going to get rid of my momentum. And it's not going to do well for me. So, that fucking sucks, but... Okay, well, we haven't dipped in points. Hopefully my momentum is still there, because I desperately need that at Daytona. So, let's just hope I still see that blue at the top of the screen. End of the race. Only 3 races to go left in the regular season. Daytona, Darlington, and Richmond. So, let's just keep it going. Keep it doing well. That's all you can ask for. Alright. What do we got? Apparently Noah Gregson wants to talk to me, even though, well, thank you. I mean, I took your ride, so, you know. Whatever. Alright. Fuck, we lost the momentum. Shit, it takes so long to build up that momentum. And one bad run just completely ruined it before I even... Because the races I had momentum on were races I didn't even fucking need it. I'm already good at road courses. I needed it at Dover, but I should have fucking restarted, man. Whatever. Shit happens. It's only 3 more races. Daytona, yeah, 3 more races. Let's just run through them. Try to get them out of the way. And get the final episode of the NASCAR Xfinity Series regular season the fuck out of my way. So I can get to the playoffs, which is all going to be 1 episode. And then finally, make my first start in Cup. All right. So, we got a little bit of race ahead of us. If it could take a little bit less time to load in, goddamn. There we go, thank you. Not looking forward to this race. I do enjoy Coke and I do enjoy Daytona, but in racing games, Daytona isn't exactly my best track. And the same goes for Talladega, although I've been surprised before, so we're just gonna run, keep the expectations neutral, and see what we can do. I'm really fucking hungry. I've got to go eat once these next 3 races are over. So I'm starting to get a little bit bored. So to be honest, I haven't really wanted to record this. I'm recording it anyway because I have to, and I think I'll start wanting to record it once I can actually, once I make it to Cup. But until then, I haven't really, since I've been at the regular season for shit, maybe a month now, actually. Truck Series was a long time ago, because that was only 2 episodes. I think the Truck Series was only 2 episodes. Extreme Dirt Tour was 2 episodes. But the Xfinity Series we're on, I believe this is part 4. Already. Before part 5 comes out for the playoffs. So we're going to have about 5 episodes of NASCAR, of the Xfinity Series, which means the Cup is going to be pretty spaced out too, if not slightly more, because there's a little bit longer of a schedule. So, but for now, we're just going to keep on keeping on, which the Xfinity Series hasn't really done all that well as a series anyway from my channel. I did actually, I did have an episode that did pretty alright. I believe actually part 2 actually did pretty well overall. I think it's one of my few videos with more than 10 views, if memory serves. I guess I can go check. Nothing stopping me from checking. My internet keeps going down. Hopefully that's not affecting the video, but to be honest, I have no idea. But no, it was part 1. So Xfinity Series regular season part 1 got 14 views. Part 2 got 1 view as of today, which is Tuesday, August 3rd. And then episode 3 got 2 views. Part 3. So, episode 1 did really well, and it just siphoned all the views from the rest of the episodes, I guess. But whatever. Alright. Night race at Daytona. Hello, Kit Kat. Joe Graff Jr. is having a stellar weekend. Timmy Hill is your pole winner, and CJ McLaughlin has failed technical inspection. So, I don't even know where I qualified. To be honest, I was not paying attention. It does not look good, though. Looks like I'm in a real bad spot, though. 35th. Wow, I am nearly dead last. So, yeah, no, not going to be my race. I can already tell. So I'm just going to work until there's no more room until I can't get past anybody anymore. Because there's usually a point where I can no longer pass, and I'm mostly just as to where I've passed everybody I can pass, and I'm just kind of passing and getting past. But it's not going to be in the 30s, and well, hopefully it's not going to be in the 20s either. Not if I do that though. Okay. Getting stuck behind a few cars. It's pretty rough back here. It's a lot of contact this far back. Okay, down a little bit lower to. So, like I said, though, this series hasn't been doing too well, so there's not really much of an incentive to record it anyway, but actually all of my videos have been doing pretty bad lately. Even the podcast, which is one of my absolute favorite, which is one of some of my best videos on the channel are podcasts, but they haven't really been doing too well neither. Or the most recent one has been doing very badly, relatively, and just about everything else I've recorded. It's probably due for me to record another New Vegas video. I'll get to that when I get to that, I guess, but I will do that fairly soon. It's mostly been playing GTA, to be honest, which I just released a GTA 5 story mode video, so if you want to take part in that, that's up on the channel. But most of what I've been playing lately has been GTA since I got the game, so the desire to record a lot of other things has really not been there, and I keep hitting that fucking curve, which is not helping me get any better here, so it might be the 20s where I can't get any fucking better. I'm not doing good. This is not nice. I think momentum would have helped a lot here. Although judging from the fact that I started 35th, probably only would have bumped me up to maybe at most like 15th. But at least this gaining I've done here, the like 15 spots I've gained, hopefully, you know, that would have at least been a little more impressive if I started 15th than starting 35th. Oh well. Low, try to get a little bit more spots on this final lap. Top 10 is pretty much impossible at this point, but hopefully we can get something right. Dive to the bottom, just try and use up as much speed as I have got. Okay, well, 14th. Better than Dover, not a good race though. Alright, well, we continue on. Still third in points at least, so we're not squandering that at all, but shit, man. Alright. Come here, kitty cat. Come here, kitty cat. Hey, you. Hey, you. This cat doesn't wander up here too often. She comes every so often, but some of the other cats that are up here more often. Although you guys have no idea what cat I'm talking about. And this, you know, as far as you know, there is no cat, because this cat's actually pretty. This is a pretty quiet cat. The only time she really meows is when she's about to get something, or when she wants to be about to get something, but she doesn't meow very often. Alright, well, I fucking failed my incentive contract, so that's nice, because these races were so fucking piss poor that I couldn't even get any good fucking spots here, so that's great. Well, the next race is at Darlington, and hopefully I'll do a little bit better. We've got a Cup Series hot seat. Well, we have a potential Cup Series hot seat, though, so that's nice. The Sport Clips Haircuts Help a Hero 200. That's a really fucking long name. Just call it the Sport Clips 200 at Darlington Raceway. Alright. 2 races to go and a hot seat. So, at this point, 3 races to go. Here, just over an hour in. Well, Can we load in a little teeny bit quicker? That'd be nice. Thank you. I don't know why that works. All right. Qualifying. This is gonna kind of set the tone here. If we don't do well at this qualifying, we're not gonna do well at all. Darlington's a pretty tricky track, mostly just because there's so little room in this little area. But you know, you can go under that, which is kind of nice. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. We've got a lot of room to. Talk about. I'm just tired, hungry, and bored. I'm struggling. I'm really limping to the barn here. Hopefully I get a good hot seat, but that's for another. But that's 7 minutes out, so just gotta kind of give that a minute. Goal lap is 31 seconds. If we can get that or better, then we're going to have a good race, but something tells me I absolutely will not. Nope. Oh, barely. Barely. 9th place is what we get. I'm happy with that. It's a good tone to set. All right. Matt Mills is not doing too well. Brandon Jones has crashed. Eat shit, Toyota. And Chase Briscoe, who would have guessed, is your pole winner.
We're going green. Almost ready.
Alright. Got a lot less spots to climb through here today, so let's make that happen. Although I did not know they did night races at Darlington, but now that I think about it, I knew that. Hopefully we can get a good spot. God only knows that I'm going to be offered like one good spot in the Cup Series, and it's going to be at Joe Gibbs or something. Question, which is shorter, Martinsville or Bristol? I believe Bristol is shorter. I could be wrong. I think they're both pretty similar. Mr. Real Dr. Golden? The Real Dr. Golden? But wrong, it's Martinsville, okay. It's hard to look while I'm racing. I can pause. It's Martinsville. Martinsville is actually shorter than Bristol. I checked in NASCAR Racing 2003. Bristol is 533 meters long. Meters? You mean miles? Martinsville is 526. Just a bit shorter than Bristol. Well, alrighty then. Okay. Alrighty then. That's what I mean. Okay. I guess it makes sense. I mean, they're both. It's pretty negligible of amount of difference, but shorter, I guess. I prefer racing at Bristol, though, personally, in terms of racing in video games. I hate that curb that Martinsville has. With the way I race, I always kind of oversteer, and I always end up hitting that curb. That curb has lost me a lot of races. And it's interesting you bring up. Oh shit! Don't want to be doing that. Don't want to be doing that. It's interesting you bring up NASCAR Racing 03 though. Okay, I've almost completely spun out teammate. That's not very good. But if I could stream it, I would be streaming NASCAR Thunder 2004. Or actually, I prefer. I have found the career mode of NASCAR 05 to be a little bit easier on me. Even though I prefer 04 as a game, I think 05 just has an easier career mode. Not necessarily a better one, but it's definitely easier. And it's got, all the series as well, but I haven't played NASCAR Racing 2003. You ever heard of Coca-Cola Speedway? Not to be confused with Coca-Cola Cup in Charlotte. I can't say I have. Oh, and thanks for the follow. I just noticed that. Real Dr. Golden. Appreciate it. But I can't say I have heard of Coca-Cola Super Speedway. I presume it's a fictional track, but it could be a real track. There's plenty of local tracks that only run like, you know, K&N or something that I haven't heard of. Alright,
We got one to go.
Alright, well, white flag here at Darlington. It seems that first place car is nearly impossible to pass, so we're just going to be kind of sitting at a comfortable second place. I'm definitely not going to complain about that after the fucking miserable runs I've had earlier. Ross Chastain, okay, that makes sense. So, second place is what we're going to get. I might have been able to pass him if I didn't kind of, you know, make that nasty contact earlier, but that's okay. Coca-Cola Super Speedway isn't a real track. That's what I figured. It's a track in NASCAR racing 2003 season. Can reach over 200 miles per hour. Track is only a mile long. Jesus Christ, a mile track that you can go 200 on? Either the speed is not very well scaled, and 200 is a lot slower in-game than it would be in real life, or something else is... Coca-Cola Super Speedway, yeah, isn't a real track. Okay, so... kind of interesting, though. Because that's a fast... I mean... Miles don't really use... Mile tracks don't really use restrictor plates, so it's not like they just took that off to let them go faster. So that's pretty interesting, because I believe NASCAR Racing 03 is a PC-only thing, which I'm actually streaming on Xbox. But, to be honest, that also might be what I'd be playing instead. Because, to be honest, I'm not huge on the Heat games. The only reason I'm streaming it is because it's the only one I can stream. But I would much rather be streaming a different NASCAR game, to be honest. Anything with Dodge, really. And this game, unfortunately, does not have Dodge. Well, because, you know, they don't race anymore. Hopefully they'll join back in 22. With the next-gen race car, it's, you know, the 7th gen, it's about time. Both backstretch and front stretch are like 20 miles long or something. Well, I mean, the track is only a mile long, though. But I'll have to look into that. It's a pretty wild sounding track, though. So we move on to the not yet move on to the final race of the season. We get a hot seat. So all we have to do is pray to God that it's not another Toyota, and hopefully that it's actually at a good track. Front row. Okay. At Darlington, we did pretty well at Darlington earlier, so hopefully we won't do much worse. It's top 20 is definitely doable. I don't think we're going to fall off quite that much, so I think a top 20 is definitely believable. So, let's run this here little thing. Hopefully we can get it. I believe it would be the only NASCAR Cup Series hot seat that we've actually succeeded at. I don't believe... I might have succeeded at the Toyota one earlier. I think it was at like Pocono in the last episode, I believe. No, it was the episode before, but whatever it may be. Yeah, but the front stretch are so long, and by the way, the turns are super steep. Look up Coca-Cola Super Speedway on YouTube, and by the way, it's also in iRacing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be sure to look at that next chance I get. In fact, I have my computer open. I'll pull that up for later. Coca-Cola Super Speedway. Alright. I'll be sure to take a look at that next chance I get. Alright, we're driving the 34 car, which actually I'm not 100% sure if they have any other cars. I would not mind running this car. To be honest, I don't really like running Chevys in Cup, mostly because I like to run first person, and the digital dash that Chevrolet has, I'm just not a huge fan of in this game. I definitely think that Ford has the best dashboard, and one of the best looking stock cars. I absolutely love this Mustang stock car. So, hopefully, hopefully we can do pretty well here. And get that hot seat. Hopefully I'll be able to pull something off like I did going from truck to Xfinity, and I'll just get really lucky and be sitting on Stewart Haas. That's what I'm looking to get. But we'll see. Gotta say that Ryan Newman crashed Daytona, almost killed him. I think I just live. Yeah, that I don't recall if I watched it live. I don't believe I did, but that was certainly a wild thing. That was probably the first real concern we've had since 2001 that a driver might end up dead after a crash. That was a very frightening time. Something that we haven't really seen anything like in a long time, especially since the introduction of the COT. There have definitely been a few nasty crashes, but that was the biggest concern I'd seen in a while. Still, it reminds you that, you know, no matter how many safety enhancements they make, the risk of death is still possible. I think that probably woke everyone up a little bit. But we placed 25th here in qualifying in Darlington. Which is going to put us pretty... Yeah, well, we've got a decent chance of making it a little bit farther ahead. The pole winner here, my driver Kevin Harvick placed 15th. Not been doing too well in game, but Alex Bowman is actually the pole sitter here. It kind of reminded me of Mark Martin's crash in 2007. He was upside down, fire was coming out. It was scary. Is that Mark Martin's crash? I remember Clint Boyer's crash at Daytona where he was upside down and on fire, which also happened to be the race that Kevin Harvick ended up winning, but which Mark Martin almost ended up winning as well. But I don't recall that specific crash. I'm sure I've seen it before, but it doesn't immediately spring to mind. But it's just kind of, it might happen to be a coincidence that that's not the only event. Mark Martin also crashed in 2007 upside down and on fire. So Chris Buescher failed optical scanning, so he's going to be starting at the back, it looks like. Alex Bowman won the pole, and Darrell Walsh Jr. should be is starting at the back.
We're going green. Be ready here.
All right,
Green flag.
off we go. Seems, whoops, I always do that. I always end up skipping the camera. And I don't have to. I think I got messed up. It happens. A lot of drivers. Because Mark Martin was kind of one of the most notable people of the race, seeing as he just barely missed out on a Daytona win in kind of the latter end of his career. So I don't blame you for mistaking it at that particular time, especially because Clint Boyer hasn't been nearly as prestigious. I mean, that wreck is probably one of the most iconic moments of his career. Well, it's a wreck. But, so, I don't blame you for that. We're already in 20th at this point, so we just gotta kind of keep that up. And hope that we don't, squander any wins, or squander this position at this point. I'd like to gain a little bit more spots. I don't think a win's really in order, but I'd like to at least, you know, maybe make it up to the top 10, you know. So, what do we say? Play some NASCAR Race 2003 with my PS3 controller. I remember the PS3 controller. I have a PS3. I don't stream with it, so I'm not sure if I can. But I was never huge on the PS3 controller. That was actually, believe it or not, when I first chose between Xbox 360 and PS3, that was the reason I got it, was because of that controller. Because I was smaller and I wanted a smaller controller. But now my hands are too fucking big for that thing. I'm much better suited for Xbox controllers. I don't mind the PS4 controller. I actually thought the PS4 controller was pretty good, pretty cool. I haven't picked up a PS3 controller in a while. It's mostly been PS2, PS4, and Xbox One. Whoa, shit. A little bit of contact there with, I believe, the 42 of Kenseth, so we're going to drop down pretty much every spot I had worked to gain. Which is unfortunate. But, oh well.
Still there.
Oh, shit. Not doing too well. I need to get a more commanding lead in 20th here. Starting to gain a bit, but I need to gain just a little bit more so I don't squander any leads.
All the way to the wall.
Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted to do. Get in position here.
Careful.
Keep
Still
fighting to gain it back, though. Shit. It's not going too well for me.
there. Still there.
Dive under again. There we go. That's better.
All right, you're clear.
Just got to keep it there. Still a lot of laps to go. But
Good to go. Focus.
that's alright. By the way, Mr. Dr. Golden, I have other episodes. If you want to see the rest of the progression of all the rest of the time I've spent in this race, I do have the series up on my YouTube channel under the same name, the Old Fart 14. So if you want to catch up with how I've been doing throughout the rest of this is part 4 of the Xfinity series. So if you want to keep up with the rest of that or watch anything else, that's where you can find it. And this will be going up on YouTube as well if you want to watch whatever you have missed, if anything.
Outside.
Although this is not the only thing I stream, and it's actually been a while since the last time I've streamed it. But just letting you know, just in case. So anyway, we are doing pretty alright here in this race. In 7th, or sorry, it's lap 7, we're in 17th. A little bit different. Christopher Bell is really fighting me to get ahead, though. He has definitely been pretty aggressive. But, that's alright. Oh, God. Almost missed. Almost missed. Still ahead of 20th, though, and that's what counts. Still got a lot of laps to go. These Cup races are going to be... The episodes with Cup is definitely going to be a lot longer, I can already tell. Either going to be a lot more parts, same length videos, but less races, more parts, or it's going to be much longer videos, but the same amount of races and same parts. We'll have to wait and see. Christopher Bell is taking a pretty commanding lead over me, but the next car behind me is also not terribly close. Joey Logano is leading the race, to my dismay. Not to my complete dismay, but definitely there could be a better leader here. And I just got a real hankering for Totino's Party Pizzas. I'm not sure what happened there, but I just got that, like, subtle taste in the back of my mouth. Like, ooh, that sounds good right now. But we don't have any, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, shit. That curb almost messed me up there. Almost messed me up there. That's alright. Oh, a little bit wide. Not too wide, though. Still didn't make any contact with the wall. 4 laps to go. 5 laps to go, rather. I know how math works, but unfortunately that's not quite how laps work. They work a little bit different. It's always one more than it would mathematically. That's okay. There's 5 laps to go. We're well over halfway through the race at this point. It seems we're at a pretty steady 18th, although I'm starting to catch up with poor old Jimmy Johnson here. And William Byron. It seems Hendrick's not doing too well this race. Kyle Busch is now in the lead, to my extreme dismay. I would like that to change within the next 4 laps. That would be great. But for now, we're just going to have to wait a little bit. That's definitely going to be a pretty interesting aspect of playing this game in the Cup Series, is that now there's a lot more drivers that I care and don't care about. But we took a very strong acceleration here. Very strong lead, not lead, very strong, something or other. Whatever it is, we're catching up with William Byron here by quite a bit. And Jimmy Johnson is not far behind. We're going to give Byron a little bit of a shove because, well, I had a run and he was in my way. And a run is not well used if I try to throw it to the outside. That's just not happening. So, go under Byron, get a little bit of a bump off of him, and try to pass Jimmy Johnson before the end of the race. Are we going to be able to do that? Let's see. Oh, shit. Went wide. Went very wide. It's okay. Alright. Kyle Busch is coming up on the final lap, so unfortunately it is looking like he's going to be the leader for the final lap, but it's still going to be just a moment before I actually get to the final lap. White flag for me. Johnson is on my outside, and he almost turned me into the wall. I pretty quickly dive out of the way. But, alright. Oh. Johnson's going to complete. He's going to pass me, but I'm going to dive a little bit low. Pass him up by a good, decent little bit. And we're going to be placing 16th in the hot seat for Front Row Motorsports, which is going, or Front Row Racing. Front Row Racing or Front Row Motorsports? I think it's FRR. I don't think it's FRR. I don't remember. I think I'm confusing with Furniture Row. So, that's going to put us 16th. Pretty good. Christopher Bell was able to actually gain a pretty decent amount of spots. Matt Kenseth getting pretty far ahead. Ryan Newman, 10th. How did my driver do? Oh, he actually did very well. Don't tell me he got second. Third. All right, Kevin Harvick was able to make his way up to third. Very happy to see that. Kyle Busch is your winner, though. But I placed 16th, so I will be getting the hot seat. So, if I do not get a better car, it's most likely that that 34 car, or something for Front Row at least, is going to be my ride for next season. But we've still got one more race left in the regular season for the Xfinity Series, so that's exactly what we're going to run here. I believe it was at Richmond. Not a track I'm looking particularly forward to, but I'm sure we'll be able to do something with it. Alright. Not bad. Not bad at all. Nice job with that top 20 finish today. We'll keep you in mind for a ride next season. Alright, so there we go. That's our hot seat for Cup. Next we move on to what appears to be a Friday night race. Race number 26 here at Richmond. So let's go race at Richmond and get the final race of the Xfinity Series regular season at long last. It's probably been 2 months in the fucking making. Not 2 months, but it's probably a month at least. When did episode 1 release? June 18th. So, actually, it has been about a month. It's been over a month. Quite a bit. A few weeks. It's been a few weeks, over a month, since I first started racing in the Xfinity Series in this game. The second part 2 of that was on July 2nd, and then part 3 came out July 19th. So, been a lot of time, actually. So, let's continue on to next race. Alright, the Go Bowling 250 Richmond race. Our bad start. I have immediately spun off of the curb. So, very... Okay, well, I wasn't paying attention there. Very bad start. Very bad start.
Alright, coming to the green. This one counts.
Alright. So, we're going to come around for the qualifying lap here at Richmond, just behind the goal, so 19th. So that's how it works. This game. So, we're starting pretty far back on the last race of the Xfinity Series regular season here at Richmond Raceway. Daniel Hemrick appears to be a good friend of mine in this. Chase Briscoe, as always, is your pole winner. And Ray Black Jr. has crashed during qualifying, so he's not doing quite so hot. But neither are we. We're starting all the way back in 19th. So, let's begin. Oh, shit. Alright, making a little bit of ground early. Happy with that. Let's see if we can see how much we can get out of this with no momentum. Oh yeah, that's one huge issue at Richmond, is that fucking pit lane. Now fortunately I can restart races. That's a big issue that I had a lot with early NASCAR games, is that you couldn't restart career mode races. Fortunately you can do that now, so pit lane isn't quite as big of an issue, but it is still an issue. Oh, almost spun out the 19 car, although Hill here is going to take his spot right back. Bounce off the wall a bit. And we're going to leave first person view because it does not seem to be fair. I don't feel quite as confident in that view just yet. Now I got a little bit under another car. It seems cars have been getting really fucking loose lately. So it's been real fucking easy to wreck people lately. I'm starting to lose my clean racing title that I have claimed throughout the season. 19's going to take that spot back. So it seems 12th. 11th and 12th is about the best I'm going to get out of it, so at this point it's mostly just I want to try and... Whoa! I'm going to pull off one bitchin' bump and run to take 11th back. I bump and ran that shit out of Brandon Jones back there. That was actually really cool. I've never actually seen an actual bump and run used in this game. Normally you just bump them, they just kind of move. They don't really, move like that, but by God, I destroyed him. Oh, we're gonna run another turn pretty fucking wide here. We're gonna give up a spot, and Jones is actually right back, so another bump and run may be in order.
Careful, still there.
It's the bottom.
Got a car low now.
Didn't quite make it. Gonna bump Brandon Jones out to the fucking top of the track again. He's almost gonna make contact with Brandon Brown.
Still there.
Gonna crowd him again. Yeah, it seems this is definitely the height of how well I'm gonna be doing. It seems the way I race is not gonna be getting me much better than 11th. So no top 10 again. We're coming down to 2 laps to go. It's a pretty piss poor turn, not gonna lie. I don't know how to turn this fucking track apparently. Make a bit of contact, I'm just falling and falling and falling. So this looks like it's gonna be once again another pretty piss poor race because I just can't seem to fucking turn correctly. Good lord. Plat flag here at Richmond. We've got 1 lap remaining in the end of this race, and I once again turn like utter dog shit. I don't know why. I can't just turn well. Oh. Another miserable fucking turn. So we're gonna get 16th. Another pretty piss poor race, although I hate Richmond. I never liked racing at Richmond, so looks like we're not going to do too well. 16th place. Not a good finale to this Xfinity Series regular season, but still 3rd in the playoffs. So we're still in the playoffs, and we're still pretty good in the playoffs. We still got 5 wins. We've still got 5 wins on the books, so that's still something to be happy with. So, you made the playoffs. You get a little achievement here. Time to shine. Earned a spot in the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs in career mode. So, that is going to be all for today's episode. We've got pretty far. I'm going to try to make the gap a little bit smaller between the playoffs, between this episode and the next episode. Yeah, I know, I wasn't a good driver there. Sorry. Surprised Brandon, Brandon Jones is there, but he is surprisingly enough not complaining about the fact that I absolutely dumped the shit out of him on multiple occasions. So, that's fine. Team contracts. Wood Brothers would like me to drive for them. So, that's neat, I guess. Alright. I don't mind driving that 21 car. We've got another hot seat in order after the next race, but since it's the first race of the playoffs, that is going to be for later. So, with that, we're going to leave it here once again. We will begin soon enough in the round of 12 with Bristol. Those of you watching on Twitch, you can go ahead and check out my the rest of the videos on this if you haven't already on YouTube at Dale Wolfhard 14, same name. And for those of you watching this on YouTube, you can go ahead and check. I stream these live on Twitch at twitch.tv/Dale Wolfhard 14. So feel free to take a look at that, check that out, and I'll be back soon enough. Have a good one, everybody.